Hello, my friends. How are you? I hope you're doing really well and having a fabulous day. It is finally December. 2020 has been the slowest year ever. Am I right? One of my favorite things about December, though, are all of the lighted events and the cheeriness that gets spread around. And I know people are sometimes in a bad mood, but bah humbug. But all of the big Christmas trees and all the cities and the lights up everywhere and the color, and it's a beautiful time of year, and I'm really enjoying doing some of the activities that are still happening. A lot of events were canceled, but a lot of the outdoor events are still happening, and there are even some new events that have been created to kind of make up for some of the things that were canceled, like Tarpon Springs has their annual reindeer hunt this year, which is a scavenger hunt around the sponge docks, and Dunedin is doing their Passport to the North Pole, which is a drive-through event to different government buildings and different places in the city where kids can get treats and goodies, get their little stocking filled and get a passport, and then they get a big prize at the end. So it's, there's some other things that are enabling families to have a lot of fun together and enjoy the holidays while not being packed into something that's not socially distanced and isn't necessarily considered safe. I've gone to some of the boat parades, had a lot of fun. Those videos are up on the channel, which is, of course, a great reason for you to subscribe. You knew that had to come. So hit the subscribe button, go check out the lighted boat parade videos, and make sure you watch all the new videos that I've got coming up. We are all busy at this time of year, so I want to be respectful of your time. I'm going to try and knock out these stats in under 2 minutes. Not sure if I can or not. I will try not to ramble and go down a little rabbit hole of information for you. Remember, all of these stats and all of the local ones for Dunedin, Palm Harbor, Safety Harbor, Tarpon Springs, and Oldsmar are on my Facebook page. The link is in the description, so head over there and you can grab those every month and take a look at them. And they are more in depth. I put out a little bit more information than what comes in this video. So be sure you go check those out over on Facebook. Now, let's get started. Ready? Starting with the greater Tampa Bay area, that is Pasco, Pinellas, and Hillsborough counties. The median sales price in November of 2020, so just last month, was $260,595, and that is an increase of 13% from November of last year. That's a pretty significant increase. The average days on market was 42, which is down from last year's number of 58 days on market. And here comes the big one. The number of active listings in November was 12,866. Compare that to last year's number, November of 2019. Are you ready for this? 21,205 active listings last year. That's a huge reduction in active listings. Of those active listings, 6,736 of those were new on the market, which is about half of all the active listings for the month. Now compare that to last year when we had just over 7,300 new listings come on the market in November, which is about a third of the total active listings. So again, big disparity in those numbers there. And for the number of sales, we had 6,760 this year compared to 6,407 last year. So less listings, more sales. This is a trend we've seen all year long. Let's jump on over to Pinellas County. The median sales price was $275,000. That was up almost 18% from November of last year when the average or the median sales price was $226,000. Again, big jump there in numbers. The average days on market was similar to the greater Tampa area, so 45 days on market November of this year compared to 59 last year. The number of active listings is a little bit, all of these numbers for the county were a little bit tighter than they were for, a little bit closer to compared to last year. I'm not going to make it in 2 minutes. This year we had a total of 5,142 active listings compared to 7,384 active listings last year, while new listings were 2,518, which is a slight drop from last year's, a little bit over 2,200 last year. And for the number of sales in November, we had 2,374 compared to 2,092 last year. I do have notes for all of this. So these numbers are a trend that we've seen happening the entire year. We've seen sales prices increasing, number of listings decreasing, number of sales increasing. And of course, what happens is, as I've been saying the entire year, when you have high demand, low supply, let me back up on that. When you have low supply and you have high demand driven by, in part, by the historically low interest rates that we have right now, you're going to end up with a super hot seller's market like we're seeing. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as we head into 2021, as the forbearance, the eviction, and the foreclosure moratoriums are lifted throughout the country, and we see what happens with all of those properties if they do indeed go into foreclosure, or if there's some kind of glut of properties coming on the market. I don't think there will be. I don't think we're going to have a market crash, but if 2020 has shown us anything, it's that we need to expect the unexpected. So if you're thinking of selling, now's a good time to sell. There are buyers lining up around the block for houses. If you're thinking of buying, now is also a good time to buy, like I said, because of the historically low interest rates. So it might be a good time to really think about that. And however, what you really want to do right this hot second is give this video a thumbs up. That was a terrible segue, wasn't it? Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below what you think about this information, if you have any questions. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications so that you know whenever I upload videos, such as this one, or any of the holiday videos I've got coming up over the next few days and week or so. As always, thank you so much for being here and watching. I really appreciate you all. That's all I've got for today.